Every single baseball glove is designed differently, and for a reason. They have different shapes to appeal to different people, but certain gloves are very well-rounded. There's a certain glove from Wilson that I really like, and there's a certain glove from Rawlings that I really like. Let's talk. The Rawlings PRO200. But I do want to say that there's a reason Wilson and Rawlings are like the two main brands that we think of in the baseball glove world. They've been doing it for a long time, and they're really good at making gloves that appeal to a lot of people. There's plenty of other brands out there that are also making great gloves, but Wilson and Rawlings are kind of killing it. It's just true. Let's get to it. Get yourself some Reeboks. Just so you know, I'm gonna be wearing the glove traditional, and then I'm gonna go two in the pinky. I kind of just switch back and forth with this glove. We are talking about a glove that appeals to the masses, one that's just comfortable for anybody and everybody. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys and tell you guys like the perks of having a PRO200 Rawlings glove. It's not super common, but I am actually a fan of like trapeze middle infield webs. I'm switching over to two in the pinky already. The thing I like about the PRO200 is that you can break it in any way that you want. I personally have like two hinge points here and here. If you are like a single hinge style break-in, you could do that. On the other hand, the Andrelton-Simmons model, it's really designed to have like the one hinge. It's really awkward if you try to close it with two hinges. If you have a glove like this, one hinge is really your only option. Whereas the PRO200, you could really do either way, whatever you prefer. The number one best quality of the PRO200 is gonna be just like its versatility. And that's like my big point. So I'm gonna compare it to the Wilson 1786. This also very versatile, anybody could like it. Obviously there's a big difference between the feel of the leather, but the best way to describe the difference, the PRO200 feels a little bit more square. This feels a little bit more round. I'm mainly talking about the heel. So with a 1786 like this, the glove itself kind of feels circular like this. This PRO200 feels like it's got corners here, here, and here. So that's what I mean by square. I prefer having a glove that is even on both sides, whereas the Andrelton-Simmons glove is not a square. If anything, it's closer to a triangle, where it's shaped kind of like this, where it's closing like that. I'm obviously wearing the glove too in the pinky, but it's got like a medium to deep pocket. So, basically, middle infielders and third, it'll work really anywhere. Typically, if you have a shallow pocket, a lot of times it's closer to the one hinge break-in. You can feel it enough to where you know you have it, but it's deep enough to where it's actually pretty comfortable. That's why I like it. Almost lefty cannon. I mentioned before, this is kind of square. The 1786 does feel like it's wider, like more open, because it's a little bit more like circular. It has like a rectangular square feel. And with that, it just, I don't know, it feels like maybe I have a little bit less wide opening, a little bit more narrow. All right, let's take some with the Mizuno. So back to the shallow one hinge break-in. If you didn't watch this video, I kind of explained like a quick wrap up. Transfers are really quick. It feels great on anything like in front of you. But the thing that I would say is the weakness is when you're diving for a ball or any of those like one-handed plays, it's a little bit less stable, more likely to just like lose a ball. A two hinge break-in is simply just a little bit more dependable on those one-hand plays. With a glove this shallow, it feels a little bit more like I'm literally just grabbing the ball with my hand, which I kind of like. That's probably a good thing as an infielder. Back to the Rawlings. So basically, if you're one of the people saying, hey, I don't know what glove to get, and you like Rawlings, go get a Rawlings PRO200, because I get a lot of comments, a lot of messages asking that. Side note, for anybody who's gonna message me, don't just message me saying, hey, what glove should I get? Message me like this, say, hey, I'm 15 years old, I play third base and outfield, I like Rawlings and Mizuno a little bit, what glove should I get? One thing I'll mention, the PRO200 has like slightly rolled fingers. I personally prefer to roll mine in a little bit, but these are closer to straight than they are rolled. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they just have one single welt up here. I don't do it to an extreme because I don't like that. Dual welting, it's a little bit easier to be extreme like that. Maybe you like everything I'm saying, but you don't like Rawlings. So go check out the Wilson spin control review. This is the 1786. So when I was talking about, when I was saying, it's a very all-around glove. Anybody could use it and love it. That was like, it felt really close to my nuts.